Hi guys, welcome to you all in Chemistry Made Easy channel. I am Pramod Tekale. I welcome to you all. We are going to discuss about the different concentration terms. Up till now we have studied molarity, percentage by weight, parts per million. Now in this period we are going to discuss about some other terms which are there. These are the concentration terms which do not depend upon temperature. So out of which the term that we are going to study today is normality. So normality is integrated by the N. So what is my normality? Normality means number of equivalent dissolved per liter of solution. I have written on the board. So normality, it is the number of equivalent per liter of the solution. So here is normality. Normality is equal to equivalent divided by volume of solution in liter. But the equivalent is equal to W divided by E, where W is the weight of the solute divided by E. What is E? E is the equivalent weight. So this equation will become W divided by E into Vr. E is the equivalent weight. And you know the relation between equivalent weight and molecular weight. What is the relation? Relation is equivalent weight is equal to molecular weight divided by N factor. I will tell you what is N factor. So if I put this value here, this equation will become normality is equal to W into N factor divided by molarity into Vl. Vl is volume of solution in liter. Okay. Here W is the weight of the solute, N factor, MO is the molarity, and V is the volume of the solution in liter. Now if we take the volume of solution in ml, then you will have to write here multiplied by 1000. If I write here volume of solution into the ml. Okay. Now see, W divided by MO is the molar mass into Vm. So this value, you know that this is the molarity. So what is the relation between normality and molarity? The relation between normality and molarity is N is equal to M into N factor. So normality is equal to molarity into N factor. Now what is the N factor? Let's see what is meant by N factor. We can calculate N factor in case of acid, in case of base, in salt, in oxidizing and reducing agents. So let's see what is this N factor. First I will write the relation between normality and molarity. Just now we have seen that normality is equal to molarity into N factor. Now for acid, I am talking about the N factor now. For acid, what is the N factor? You know acid, when it is dissolved into the water, it produces hydrogen ions. So number of hydrogen ions which are produced by the acid is called as the N factor. See the example. HCl ionized to give hydrogen ion plus Cl ion. Acetic acid CH3COOH, it will ionize to produce acetate ion and hydrogen ion. So they produce one hydrogen ion. So what is the N factor for this? N factor is 1. Now take the sulfuric acid. The formula is sulfuric acid H2SO4. It will produce 2 hydrogen ion and sulfate ion. So as it gives 2 hydrogen ion here, what is the N factor? N factor is 2. Okay. So that is the N factor. Now N factor in case of base. N factor in case of base. You know, base is a substance which produce OH ion in water. So number of OH ions which are given into the water, that is the N factor for the base. Now you know, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, they have one OH ion or NaOH, KOH. They give one OH ion, so N factor is 1. For magnesium hydroxide, N factor is 2 because it produces 2 OH ion. Aluminum hydroxide, AlOH thrice, N factor is 3. Okay. Then N factor in case of salt. N factor in case of salt. Now in salt I will take the example of NaCl. NaCl is a salt. NaCl it produces which ions? It produces Na positive plus Cl negative. KCl gives K positive and Cl negative. Number of positive ions or number of negative ions. That is the N factor in case of salt. So here N factor is 1. In KCl also N factor is 1. Now take the example Na2CO3. Na2CO3. Here 2Na and CO3. N factor 2. N factor दोनों या ठिकाणी. You just take the magnitude. Don't bother about the charge. Right? So what is the total charge? 2 into plus 1, that is plus 2, and here minus 2. Okay. So what is the N factor? What is the magnitude? Magnitude is 2. Aluminum sulfate. What will be the N factor? Aluminum sulfate, the formula is Al2 SO4 thrice. What ions are given? 2 aluminum ion. You know aluminum ion have charge plus 3 and 3 sulfate ion. Sulfate ion, what is the charge? Minus 2. So what is the N factor? N factor is 6. You take either positive charge or negative charge. Okay. So in case of salt, you take either positive charge or negative charge. It's alright. So that is about the N factor in case of acid, N factor in base, and in case of salt. Now in oxidizing and reducing agent, how N factor is calculated. Now you know well that potassium permanganate, it is acting as oxidizing agent. In laboratory we perform the practicals. There is titration between potassium permanganate and oxalic acid, or there is titration between potassium permanganate and ferrous ammonium sulfate. Now in this titration, the potassium permanganate is acting as oxidizing agent. So what reaction takes place? Just see, I will write here. N factor in case of oxidizing and reducing agent. This is potassium permanganate KMnO4 in acidic medium. It produces Mn plus 2 ion. So how we calculate here N factor? You find the word oxidation state of Mn. Here oxidation state of Mn is plus 2. Here KMnO4 oxidation state is plus 7. So the change in oxidation state is from plus 7 to plus 2. So here, what is the difference? Difference is 5. The change in oxidation state is 5. Therefore, here N factor is 5. Okay. Now this potassium permanganate in basic medium, what it will produce? I will write the reaction. KMnO4 in basic medium. It produces K2MnO4. See what is the change in oxidation state? Oxidation state, here it is plus 7. Here what is the oxidation state? Oxidation state is plus 6. What is the change in oxidation state? Change in oxidation state just 1 by 1. So here N factor is 1. Do you know how to calculate this oxidation state? I think it is clear to you, but for your information I will just give an example. I will calculate the oxidation state of Mn here. Now see, the sum of oxidation state is equal to 0 in case of neutral compound. You know oxidation state of potassium, that is plus 1. Oxidation state of oxygen, that is minus 2. Okay, so the sum of oxidation state is equal to 0. So oxidation state of potassium plus 1, so there are 2 potassium, therefore plus 2. Oxidation state of Mn, we don't know, suppose it is X, minus oxidation state of oxygen, it is minus 8 is equal to 0. So it is X minus 6 is equal to 0. So it is X is equal to plus 6. So here I have written the oxidation state of Mn is plus 6 in K2MnO4. So in this way oxidation state is calculated. So in case of oxidizing and reducing agent, so what is the N factor? It is the change in oxidation state. Okay, so in this way we have seen what is the N factor, and if you know the N factor, we can calculate the normality if you know the molarity. And the equation just now we have N is equal to M into N factor. N is the normality, M is the molarity, and N factor. Okay, now if N factor is 1, then in that case obviously normality and molarity will be same. Okay, now let's see the next concentration term, that is the formality. Now what is this formality? See, the molar mass that we calculate, that is theoretical molar mass. Actually it is found that in some case the observed molar mass is different from the theoretical. You know what is the molarity? What is my molarity? Molarity is equal to W upon MO into VL. Here W is the weight of the solute divided by MO. MO is the molar mass of solute, and VL is the volume of solution in liter. Sometimes it is found that the molar mass calculated and molar mass observed, that is different. Now in case of molarity, the molar mass that we take, it is the theoretical. It is theoretical. Theoretical means it is calculated by using the molecular formula. Sometimes the actual mass is different from the theoretical mass. So what is formality? Formality is the weight of the substance divided by, I will write here, MO observed into volume of solution in liter. See, only difference between molarity and formality is that in case of molarity, here the molar mass is theoretical, and in case of formality, the molar mass of solute, it is observed or actual. It's alright. So that is about the difference between molarity and formality. And by this you can relate molarity and formality. When actual molar mass and theoretical and actual, if they are same, then in that case molarity and formality will be same. It's alright. So that is about the formality. So these are the terms where the concentration depend upon temperature. Now let's see some concentration terms which are independent of concentration. Okay, so I will write here heading the concentration terms. Concentration term independent of temperature. What are these? These are molality, it is shown by M. Next is mole fraction, it is X. Then percentage by weight, and fourth one, that is ppm, parts per million, that is also weight by weight. Okay, molality, mole fraction, percentage, weight by weight, and parts per million, weight by weight. Let's see one by one. First let's see what is meant by molality. Molality is, it is number of moles of solute per kg weight of solvent. It is number of moles of solute per kg weight of solvent. Now understand the difference between molarity and molality. What was molarity? Molarity was, it is the number of moles of solute per liter of solution. And here molality means, it is the number of moles of solute per kg weight of the solvent. So it is solvent, and that is also taken into the kilogram. So I will write here molality is equal to what? Molality is equal to number of moles divided by volume, not volume, it is weight of solvent taken into kg. Now you know the number of moles. N is equal to what? N is equal to W upon molar mass. So that is equal to weight of the substance divided by molar mass of the substance into here weight which is taken into the kg. Right? Here M is the molality. So molality means weight of the solute divided by MO, that is molecular weight or molecular mass you say of the solute into mass of solvent in kg. Right? So it is for solute and this is for solvent. So for convenience I will write here, I can write here 2 also, 2, W2, M2, and here I will write W1. 1 for solvent and 2 for solute. Okay, so what is W1 and W2? W1 and W2, that is the weight of solvent, weight of solute. And M2, what is M2? M2 is the molar mass of solute. Now if you take this W, हे कशामध्ये घेतले किलोग्राम मध्ये. If you want to take this W1 in grams, you will have to multiply it by 1000. So what it will be? That will be W2 into 1000 divided by M2 into W1, that means weight of solvent taken into the grams. So that is about the molality. And remember, this molality, it is temperature independent term. Temperature अवलंबून नाही. So it is more convenient to use molality instead of molarity, because molarity may change with temperature. Molality do not change with temperature. So next concentration term, that is the mole fraction. So let's see what is mole fraction now. Mole fraction. Suppose there is a binary solution. Binary means there are two components. One is A and other is B. These two components are mixed. Right? These two components are mixed and solution is formed. Suppose Na and Nb are number of moles of A and number of moles of B respectively. Right? Na, Nb काय? Number of moles of A and number of moles of B. Then this mole fraction is indicated by X. Right? Mole fraction is indicated by X. Now mole fraction of A, that is Xa. What is Xa? Xa is the number of moles of A divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. Mole fraction of A is equal to mole fraction number of moles of A divided by number of moles of A into number of moles plus number of moles of B. Similarly, mole fraction of B, that will be equal to number of moles of B divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. So from this, what is the definition of mole fraction? Mole fraction, it is the ratio of mole fraction of particular component divided by total number of moles. Mole fraction of any component, that is equal to number of moles of that component divided by total number of moles. I will repeat the definition. What is mole fraction of any component? Mole fraction of any component into the solution is equal to number of moles of that component divided by total number of moles of all components. So from these two equations, it is very clear that this Xa and Xb, that is equal to 1. That means the sum of mole fraction of all the components into the solution is always equal to 1. Okay? एखाद्या सोल्युशन मध्ये समजा 4 कंपोनेंट आहेत. Suppose there is any solution and there are 4 components A, B, C and D. Here also the sum of mole fraction of all components will be equal to 1. XA plus XB plus XC plus XD, that is equal to 1. Okay. So remember, the sum of mole fraction of all the components in the given solution is equal to 1. So that is about the mole fraction. Next concentration term is percentage weight by weight. Percentage weight by weight. How it is calculated? That is equal to weight of solute divided by weight of solution multiplied by 100. That is percentage weight by weight. Weight of solute taken in grams. Weight of solution taken in grams. It is multiplied by 100. That is percentage weight by weight. Okay. Now here, when we say that weight of solution, you know solution consists of solvent and solute. Okay. So what is weight of solution? Weight of solution means it is the weight of solute plus weight of solvent. It's alright. Now in some cases, the concentration of the solution is very low. And when concentration of the solution is very low, then it is expressed into the unit, that is parts per million. Parts per million. So what is this parts per million? ppm. If you want to calculate ppm weight by weight. ppm weight by weight. That is equal to what? That is weight of solute divided by weight of solution, and here it is multiplied by 10 to the power 6. कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन जर खूप कमी असेल अशा वेळेला काय करायचं? पर्सेंटेजच्या ऐवजी पार्ट्स पर मिलियन वापरतो आपण. म्हणजे 100 गुणिले केलं त्याच्याऐवजी काय करायचं तर 10 to the power 6. That is parts per million. It's alright. So that is about the concentration terms which are independent of temperature. कोणत्या कोणत्या बघितलं आपण? त्यापैकी पहिली बघितली मोलॅलिटी, then mole fraction, next is the percentage weight by weight and parts per million weight by weight. Okay. Now after discussing all these concentration terms, now we are able to convert one concentration term into other concentration term. See, there are some temperature dependent and there are some temperature independent. दोन कॉलम केले आपण. एकीकडे टेम्परेचर डिपेंडंट लिहिलं आणि दुसरीकडे लिहिलं टेम्परेचर इंडिपेंडंट. टेम्परेचर डिपेंडंटचं कन्व्हर्शन टेम्परेचर इंडिपेंडंट मध्ये करायचं असेल आपल्याला तर तुम्हाला डेन्सिटी लागेल. राईट? बिकॉज यू नो व्हॉट इज डेन्सिटी. डेन्सिटी रिलेट्स मास अँड व्हॉल्यूम. सो डेन्सिटी इज इक्वल टू मास अपॉन व्हॉल्यूम. ठीक आहे. मग कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन टर्म टेम्परेचर डिपेंडंट वरून टेम्परेचर इंडिपेंडंट मध्ये कन्व्हर्शन करायचं असेल आपल्याला तर डेन्सिटीची गरज पडते आपल्याला. राईट? मात्र त्याच कॉलम मध्ये एकाचं रूपांतर दुसऱ्यामध्ये करायचं तर त्या ठिकाणी डेन्सिटीची गरज पडणार नाही. जेव्हा आपण हे प्रॉब्लेम सोडू त्यावेळेला ही गोष्ट तुमच्या लक्षात येईल. ओके. So that's all about the concentration term. Here we complete all concentration terms. I hope that you understand well. Okay. That's all about the concentration term. Thank you.